Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This reading is for the mid-January, or well, for the rest of January actually. However, it may be something that you will understand for the whole of January. So depending on what is going on for you and what is starting for you, what is finishing for you is at the end at the same time or at the end of the day. It is about you just, if this resonates with you, just taking what does resonate and leave what doesn't at the same time. So yeah, so I'm going to start with the Archangel Oracle deck here, which is, they've come forward this week to, or last week as well, to bring through messages of guidance to you, to help you through this time in your life, and give you a little bit of, maybe a little bit more clarity or a little bit more guidance, you know, but clarity of, you know, the recent past, what's going on now, and what could be coming up on the future, but, you know, in the future. So anyway, we'll just get started. By the way, and I'm just like, they're getting me to shuffle these again. You know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know, you can do that now or at the end of the journey. Well, yeah, at the end of the journey, at the end of the video. They're just wanting to get on, so I'm just going to get moving and just see what comes through for you. Aquarius. So I don't think I said Aquarius in the beginning here. So this is for you, Aquarius. For January 2022. Anyway, so we're just gonna, yeah, there's a mind, body, spirit and soul sort of flow again as usual, but just letting you know, we there are some, when I say we, we have some your guides and the energy of Aquarius, of course, that is connecting in here to bring through this guidance and these messages for you. But also we have a team of light beings, energy light beings who of, you know, high vibrational energy, who have come through here to help with you know, the delivery of the messages that have come through here, and also share healing. So the readings that come through me, you may have known, come through with me, are generally can be quite a healing experience as well. So the energy, you may feel the energy that's starting to come in, you know, or sense it around you now. As we go through, it may shift again, and just to help, like, help you find balance or understand what is going on for you and the messages that are coming through here for you, if this resonates with you. So interesting, the Chakra Clearing card has come up here with Archangel Metatron, and he talks about, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So there is, and I was drawn to light a chakra incense, which is burning now, so which is helping to set our sacred space, you could say, during this reading for you as well. But and for the other two readings that I've done today so far, or no, well, one after you and then one just before you I've just done, so that I will be doing for the next one as well, will, you know, that energy will be coming through here as I, you know, light another incense to do with chakras. So there's a lot of energy that's around. So they're just talking, that is, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, and, you know, it may not necessarily be just that for you, or that at all, that's maybe going on with you and your energy at the moment, wherever you are in the world. It could be something completely different. So but whatever it is, it's something in your aura or in your chakra space and or in there as well. So just regularly paying attention to self-care is what they're talking about there, as there with that. And, you know, and getting on a physical level to help you, like, get moving on a physical level, will help you to be more balanced on a physical level as well. And, you know, and bringing in the, you know, the mind, the body, the spirit and the soul aspect, and depending on how you look at that, some people, once again, and I'm saying that now because, you know, I feel like there may be people that maybe question what I've just said about the spirit and the soul being the same thing. That's how some people see it. I don't happen to see it like that. I feel like they are similar-ish. I'm saying that, but for me, I feel there is a difference in a way. So, but, and I'm not going to go into that right now because that's a whole another video for that. But whatever resonates with you, okay, at the end of the day. Anyway, so the first card out here is Beloved One. Archangel Shawwal is talking about, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So there could be, when they talk about spiritual soulmate relationship, and this with Shawwal, I feel like he's like talking about as, you know, a relationship with yourself and or somebody else, relationships with, you know, with a person that's coming in your life. So it may, the soulmate may not necessarily be a lover, as on saying that. It could be someone that is, or you know, a partner, a spouse. It could be, you know, your child, or a parent, or a friend, or something. That could be a soulmate. So a friend, not just a, you know, a sexual mate, or, you know, like I say, a romantic lover sort of soulmate. It's you know, it's bigger than that as well. And that's how I see it. That's how the Spirit have taught it to me. So once again, you take that from it, from whatever you take from what the guidance that comes through for you, and just leave the rest if it's not resonating, or if that's not what you believe. At the end of the day, that's your free will and your choice. So I feel like they're making that, they obviously are saying that quite, they've been quite adamant in getting me to say that. So there could be something that is happening, not necessarily in like this in your life, that maybe it isn't sitting right with you, because they've been quite adamant about me like repeating that, so in different forms. So it's like, this is about you, you know, going in and being in your power, in your space, in your knowing, and your being, in order to create the success, or this emperor here. This is the emperor here, and the success than where you're wanting to go, but what it feels, you know, right for you as well, whether that be in a, you know, a relationship as in, you know, either, you know, partnership. It could be, you know, for a business, because normally he talks about business, you know, career, a financial side of things, but then he's more than that, he's all of that. So I feel like this is about looking at all aspects of yourself in order to create the success that you are wanting to, you know, you create for you. And you may have already noticed something about that as well. So, or you may be moving into that space, or you may be there now and looking back for some of you as well. But I do feel like, you know, this is about, you know, like looking, you know, with this, you know, this spiritual like soulmate relationship, but I want to say relationships there, but I feel like it's, for a lot of you, is that this is about going back to you on a personal level as well. But like I say, you just take what, you know, what works with you and what does not. We have the Queen of Swords here. So whether, yeah, and I know you're Aquarius, so this is obviously you, I feel, whether you're a male, you know, whatever gender you are, or a female. So there's something about there speaking your truth and being in your power. Maybe you're not quite there yet, or maybe you've kind of like had a bit of a lapse in that, and maybe you've been a little bit sharp or forward, or uncouth, or whatever, and, or, you know, something about, you know, all of those words that may be coming up around you, or you're feeling that yourself. Maybe you're feeling that, but nobody else is, or maybe there's that sense of self-judgment there. But in order to, but they're just saying, but, you know, this is about you like looking at all aspects of yourself as well, but being honest and truthful with yourself, because, you know, the source is not just about, you know, like this is about cutting through all the bullshit as well. So there may be something going on with you about you bullshitting yourself, basically, or as I say, oh, I can't do this, I don't know how to do that, or blah, blah, blah. So, but on saying that, it's bringing up for you now to like take notice of it, so you can shift it. Because the chakra clearing is going to probably bring up, you know, some tower moments, or some to help you release some of these old limiting patterns that you've, you know, like, or what you, this could be about what you believed, or something would needed to be a certain way. It's like you like shifting into a new way of doing things, and maybe you're holding off and questioning it, you know, and maybe, you know, about, you know, being indecisive about where to next, or what to next, and how to, when to. But there's something that's this chakra clearing going in there will help you to move through that, process it, and understand it, and release it. Because here's the Hierophant here, who's the, you know, the spiritual journey, or a spiritual awakening. So I'm just noticing I'm starting to like have a little bit of a cough. There's nothing burning at the moment, so no smoke coming my way, and now I decide to like have a little bit of a cough. So coming back to this, maybe you're not speaking your truth or being honest with yourself, let alone others, you know, but actually at the end of the day, if we're honest with ourselves, it's, you know, there's so much power in that, being honest and truthful with ourselves and speaking nicer to yourself as well. So, I mean, I'm a Gemini, so, I mean, that's what I do is I communicate. So, but also, you know, and I've had to learn different things about, you know, and come to, and about myself, you know, and see certain things about myself. And I can be quite loud, and, you know, and I can be quite talkative, and, you know, and I can be, you know, quite cutting to some degree, but in the way that I speak to people, or, you know, express myself to people depending on what is going on. And sometimes, you know, and so I've had to learn, you know, and I'll put it this way, I'm not the same Lesley that I was back when I was younger, or back in certain situations. So there's a learning there. So unless it's about going there and learning about ourselves, and how, and especially around relationships, I'm hearing, with ourselves and or others as well. Because generally there's something that's happened, you know, there's a whole lot of old limiting belief patterns, and, you know, and generally when we're pissed off, or we're, you know, we're acting, you know, subconsciously that we don't really, you know, inappropriately, you could say, some people might be saying, or just in a way that we don't like, and we've noticed, and, you know, and somebody may have hit us up about it, or we might have hit ourselves up about it. So it's about going in there and discovering what that is, and not beating the shit up about yourself, you know, beating the crap up about you with it, about beating yourself up with it, and crap out of yourself. But it's like you're on a journey of like understanding, you know, on a spiritual level, you know, who you are, and even with all that stuff, it's like it's brought you to a place where you're understanding. And so with you making, you know, amazing, beautiful shifts in that, and you're allowing parts of you that you've probably suppressed, which is why that's there. You know, this is why they're talking about you're going to notice things, and it could bring up thoughts and feelings, and about, you know, the past, and how you've reacted, responded, what moved through your life, not in all areas, but in some areas where you may feel like, oh my gosh, no wonder, you know, I felt that way. And why I'm saying that now is because I feel like you're understanding, you know, about yourself as, you know, an indigo child. So not necessarily, people have said, you know, there's a specific age group. I feel like that goes back another generation, actually, not with everybody, but with a lot of people like coming through, even in my age group, that are indigo children, not necessarily the children that we have, produced to be in this world, and, you know, the following ones, but there's the different, that's a whole different video as well. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, you know, what they're saying here is like recognizing who you are and your amazing gifts and abilities, as well as what the experiences that you've had in your life have brought out for you, like now, to recognize even more, or even other things that have happened come up for you to recognize that you haven't recognized yet, okay, or noticed yet. So Archangel Metatron has come through twice now. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So you may be one of those children, or you may have children who are, you know, one of these children who are open. So there's something about you. This is why you're learning about who you are, what you know, is in, you know, how you, your energy works, how you thinking, being, doing things, and that sort of thing, and going forward into the future. So it kind of may, and you start to realize things, is what I'm hearing here. And then the Seven of Wands is, you know, bringing, you know, through the sense of, you know, you may have felt like, you know, quite defensive or on guard with certain things about your children, about yourself as well, energy wise. But they're just talking about, because interesting here, they're talking about the seven. I'm just being drawn to the seven chakras, or the seven main chakras that are mostly spoken about. There's something about grounding and that, so being, you know, and so there's a clearing in there, as you're moving forward. There was in the Magician. So I feel like with that clearing, or that energy and that understanding, and, you know, protection of your children, but also of yourself, there's a release in there. But the magician is talking about, you know, you can make your magic happen. You've got all the tools in there to move forward into what it is and where it is that you're wanting to go and how you want that to look. So they're bringing in now, you know, all, you know, the different aspects of your life, like with yourself personally, you know, in your relationships, but it could be, and also, I think there's a bit of a wrap up here, you know, bringing everything together, and you're starting to see how they're all interlinked more than what you have been before, maybe. So in some of you that maybe that you're more seeing that now, it's like, oh, I get that now. But the magician here talks about a new beginning, and but I'm also hearing about, you know, there's something about the magician or has you know, it's being mindful about what you're putting out there as well, because there's that thing about, you know, what goes around comes around, but also that you know, the karmic thing. But so there could be something there that you're kind of seeing that. But I do feel like this is more about, you know, utilizing those gifts and tools and experiences, abilities and skills that you've picked up along the way, bringing them together in order to help not only yourself but others understand or learn about the spiritual side, or about the spiritual side and what you've learned, and sharing that with others. But not just the spiritual side, but your story basically. But it's also about leading the way, and that you have the magic. And there's something there with that figure 8, is that cycle, you know, the figure 8, it's like never ending basically, but there is a cycle in how things go around, and then things may be, you know, going in a dip, and of course they're reminding me of the moon cycle. But there is, you know, it will things come back around where, you know, you can like either fix it, you know, review it, reset it in a way. So it comes back around, so you can see it and shift it, and it slows down to whatever it will speed that you need it to be for you. So you are in control of that. That's not, I've not normally said that, but I feel like you're starting to see things in a different light basically with this magician, and he's come up to let you know that, you know, because he's done, this is number 1 in the major arcana deck. So it's like you're going on an adventure and you're looking for something and you're doing it, but I feel like you've taken the next step if the magician's come up, into looking into viewing something different about, or learning about yourself. And it may be learning about going on a spiritual journey for you. What I'm hearing is in order to help you like figure out some stuff for yourself and or for others in your immediate family that you have created yourself, and or, you know, even extended family. So Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delays. So you know what to do, he says, you know. This is really about you tuning in, and I feel like this is what this is all about, is about you connecting or reconnecting to yourself, and bringing it and listening and tuning into yourself and the energy around you, in order so you can, you know, move forward more fluently or fluidly, but also the information is there in order to help you make decisions through this next phase in your life basically. So then we have the Page of Wands, definitely a new journey here, like looking and ready to get going. I feel like, you know, there's something that he's looking back into the past there, and allowing him to see, you know, and giving him that information to see where, and to balance it to see where I need to go now. So, because he's looking out in the yonder, but he's looking more to the left, you know, rather than to the right. So there may be, you know, I feel like that this one here is talking, because it's looking back into what I'm being defensive about, or looking back into the past, you know, because there's tower moments, and looking back into seeing like how far I've come to where you are, you know, where you are now, or I am now, that sort of energy. But we come back to the Emperor here. It's like, you know, in the mind, it's like, I am successful. I have got what I need. I can bring it together. I've got all these amazing qualities, but this is about you making your mind up as well. So there is like in the now, you know, moving forward into the futures, like they're showing actually where what can happen for you as on saying that. So there's a two-way flow with this read, with these cards. In the sun here, look at that. I'm seeing the sun as success, and as also, you know, this is like, you know, 21, you know, it's near the end of the cycle of a process that you're going, you know, a cycle and or process that you've been, you know, meandering through, running through, jogging through at certain times. And it's like the sun is there and it's like, you know, going towards it. It's like everything, you know, the things line up or align as you need them. I just feel like and now the sun is lining up in there. So there's a lot of hope and inspiration. Then we have the two last cards here on the end here with passion. Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So I feel like that's where they're heading to, or where you're heading to, where the story is going, where this journey is going for this read. But you'll be probably in a much more calm and centered space, more grounded. And, you know, even though he's like, is in the water there, but there's a sense of calmness and knowing and certainty in his look. And the cup is full there and he's sitting there looking out or looking towards you. And when I'm popping this, when I'm showing you this card, and it's like, it's just popping up to me that it's like, he's like, in a way, there's a sense of cheers and knowing, and on an emotional level, that actually I am centered and I'm focused and I'm calm. Okay, I've just repeated myself. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to go see what comes up next and just go over and see what else they have to add with another deck here. And because there are a lot of changes that are happening around you probably, and I'm just going to take the first four. They've just talked about transition. Yeah, so you're in a transitionary period. I feel like that's, you know, with this coming through here, you're more open to, you'll be more open, and you're coming into more open to like shift now. So allow yourself to shift with this death card coming through here. The Four of Pentacles is like, you know, using all your senses, not just, you know, and knowing that and having trust in where you're going. Because I'm noticing, like, you know, he's got this blindfold. So this could be like, you know, this card can also in other decks be seen as like there's a sense of giving and taking as well, and maybe not, and you may be holding off on with money or finances or something like that, and maybe being a little bit frugal or too frugal. But this is about, you know, opening up yourself and allowing yourself to use all your senses. I'm feeling with this one. So even though he's got the blindfold and he's over these daisy flowers, they look like there's a lot of magic in that, and being and tuning in with ourselves is where I'm hearing with that. So this is about going out into nature as well, and allowing yourself to, you know, connect with you as well here. Because when we're, you know, like, that remind me of, like, you know, when a person, blind people, they are not needing, they can't see, so they're having to utilize their other senses to help them see, basically. The Seven of Pentacles here, so there's something in the turning around for you. There's something in, like, you know, there's a lot they're just talking about, you know, shifting, and, you know, there is, you make that happen, okay? Sevens for me, like, there's a turning point, and I feel like there's, with this child in here, which is interesting, they talk about the inner child and the child, you know, bringing that out and having joy and having fun and connecting with your inner self and your higher self as well. There is abundance in there. So this could be with your own children, your grandchildren as well. But it's like, I feel like this is where there's a sense of protectiveness coming through here, and boundaries, clear boundaries. But this is about, like, yes, you have all the skills to do whatever it is in order to protect those children. And, you know, it's like you can make the magic happen. It will pan out. It's like just giving something a go, I'm hearing. So I'm just like shuffling these ones and seeing what comes up next. The Ace of Cups. So there's something about a shift in the way that you perspective. There's something new. I feel like there's something like a gift as well that's that comes through, but a gift in, like, because even though there's, you know, there are those, I don't know what they are. They look like gold rocks to me, because I'm kind of seeing this like the pentacles as well. So it's like, there's something that comes through or is conjured up that comes through but out. So I'm actually, you know, at first I looked at this card and I thought that these were going to be ingredients that were popped into this cauldron, but I feel like there were ingredients coming up. But now I look at them and I'm thinking there's something coming out of the cauldron, and it's like whatever this new beginning is, like, you can turn it into gold, basically. Or you can make it, you know, there are changes that you know that are coming up that you can make happen, but it's, but it's about changing the way that you're viewing things. Okay, so this one here is the Seven of Cups here. So it's like, and this is what they mean is turning things around in the sense for the Seven of Cups. It was in reverse, but it's like turning things around is what I'm hearing. So it's facing up the right way now. It can be about, I'm hearing with you at the moment, it's about, your dreams and things, and going for and the goals and the achievements that you're wanting to move towards, and it's like the outcome could be what you want it to be, whatever it is that you want it to be. So I feel like that's what they're trying to say there is like, go for, your dreams aren't cut here or there. It's what we choose to make of them. Sometimes we may need to adjust the way or the time frame in which it's like we're going to begin them, or we may need to take a little bit of a break, or we may need to amplify it, expand it, or just slow down a bit, or whatever that is. But I'm hearing that with the Seven of Cups here is like all your dreams are there. It's just like thinking positive about what is attainable like right now as you move forward into the future. And like I say, there's some of them are changing, but others are there. It's like what I'm hearing too in the background is like, putting out for what you want rather than what you don't want. Okay, that's where it is with that. So, and going forward with a nice, cool, calm, clear cucumber sort of energy, and in the direction of where it is that you truly want to go. So, and there's an emotional connection with achievement, and that passion, which is why that passion is there. Where is your passion lie? Whether that word is passion and you don't like that word passion, I don't know, it's up to you, but you may find another word that means the same thing, that or similar thing that you feel more connected to you, that would help you like with that drive or that enthusiasm into getting cracking into whatever it is that you're needing to do, or giving you that momentum to, like I say, just get cracking into what you're wanting to do, be, given, have in your life, or have in your life. Okay. Oh, so something may not be quite sitting right, but it will pass is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm going to leave that there now for you, Aquarius, with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, and prosperity and abundance. And that comes from me, our guides, and the light beings that are here. So I hope that makes sense to you. And like I say, just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't if it's not all resonating. Check out what your other sides are saying for you to give you a more comprehensive overview. And you may shed a little bit more light on this for you as well. Anyway, bye for now, and we'll see you probably at the end of next week, where I'll be putting out the videos for February 2022. Anyway, see you next week.